Alright, so we are live on both platforms. I'm not even going to waste anybody's time, to be honest with you. I'm not wasting anybody's time. I just want to put this disclaimer out there before I begin. I am not an advocate for criminals. I am an advocate for human rights of all human beings. And the last time I checked, before somebody was arrested, or even when they are arrested and brought into custody for whatever crimes they were brought into custody for, they are considered human beings. Yes? And if you agree, that's the first thing I want to ask the audience. If you are arrested for crimes not yet prosecuted, and even after prosecution, if you are deemed guilty of said crime, you are a citizen of a country and you are a human being. Yes? Therefore, human rights is something that is due to you. Yes? By law, by the Constitution. I just want to establish that before we go any further in this live stream. So if you agree, type agree. Top of the morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if this is a good morning, I really don't know if I want to consider this a good morning. I think it's a dark morning. I think it's a dark day in Jamaica. After the situation with the NWC and the reports that are coming out and the utterances from Andrew Onis and also the actions from the police and the actions from the NWC and the actions from the Ministry of Government that appears to be running the NWC.
May God bless the great institutions of the country that keep the society together.
Did you call him, mommy?
May God bless.
Jesus. Alright, sorry about that, people. I was getting a call. Zane. Make we start off with the NWC. Because the other part is a lot. Make we start off with the NWC this morning.
Hales. Let me call Ian Hales, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably it's best we can just call him.
Please.
And let him just speak.
Mm-hmm.
Would that work tonight for you all, Jamaica?
Let's go.
I'm just going to call him and let him speak. Because he's not going to be here for long tonight. Yes, Mr. Hales. I think we'll just do a phone call. That works for you?
Yes, it does.
All right, turn off the system that you have around because it is giving an echo.
Okay. Are you hearing me now?
Yes. Are you hearing him now, Jamaica? YouTube, are you hearing him now? Yes, Mr. Hales. So Matthew Samuda is saying that he wishes for the NWC to discontinue sharing the information with the KSMNC because it has caused serious reputational damage internationally. What is your response to that, Jimmy?
I think first and foremost, Matthew Samuda ought to know that the NWC does not belong to Matthew Samuda. And the level of arrogance that has been shown towards the people of Jamaica, especially in Kingston and St. Andrew,
yes,
cause grave concern as we speak.
Yes.
And I think at the end of the day, I will ask him to let good sense prevail from the standpoint that he is paid by the taxpayers of this country. And the people of this country basically owns the government, or the government of this country reports to the people of this country. And I just think the level of arrogance by Matthew, it is not something that I think the citizens of this country can take lightly. It was the NWC report in February,
Yes.
which speak to the problems that we were having with the safety and the water quality in Kingston and St. Andrew. Now the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation is the body that is tasked with, in terms of the checks and balance, in terms of if, for example, your kids go to school, the water that you drink is safe, the water that you take a bath in, it is safe.
But it's not just Kingston and St. Andrew alone. All municipal corporations has a responsibility of getting those water reports from the NWC for each parish. Am I correct?
You're correct. You're spot on. But I'm saying that what Matthew is doing, and it's quite clear that he took that decision. It is quite clear by statement today that he took the decision that the people of this country should not get a report, a monthly report, that states if the water that they're consuming is safe to consume, or if it is safe for the kids when they go to school to consume. It is, and it's a problem for us. It's a problem for us, and it's not just an opposition problem. I can't fathom the idea for a second that a minister of water, when the public, when there's an issue as what we found in February, you're going to look at the civil servants in the NWC and to give a directive that they should not attend the monthly meetings in terms of protecting the citizens of this country. And you come now to tell us about international damage, reputational harm. When in the first instance, if the water is not safe for us to consume, what greater damage or reputational harm would be on the people of Jamaica? So I think what I'm saying to the minister is let good sense prevail. But it's not so.
But I don't think good sense will prevail, Mr. Hales. I believe they're using wholeness badness or government badness to hold these government organization at standpoint. And don't you believe where we are now? Shouldn't the KSMC be in a position to carry the NWC to court?
I think so, and I think they should. Because it's in the interest of the people of this country. Because I've called my sources within the National Water Commission today, and I kept asking the question of everyone that I speak to today in management. I said, who made this decision? And the answer came back. Always the answer, the response were always the same.
You
should have a conversation with the minister.
My God!
So it was quite clear from today that it was Matthew Samuda who took it upon himself. I don't know if he got directives in other places, but it seems to be that Matthew took it upon himself to ensure that, and you know, Andre, the NWC is 100% owned by the people of Jamaica. It's not a private sector organization. It's not something that belongs to Matthew Samuda. Minister comes and ministers go.
My God.
Minister comes, minister goes. It's not about me and it's not about him. It's about the people of Jamaica and the water in terms of your health. And that's what we speak to.
So and don't you see this?
For them to take such a measure in stopping the civil servants from attending a meeting in terms of checks and balance.
Yes.
In terms of the authority which is put in place.
My God.
The legal body which is tasked with safeguarding the water that you drink daily. For you not to provide that report. For me, all I can say to the people of Jamaica tonight is ensure that you start boiling your water, because there's a level of secrecy over safety.
Robert, good morning.
Place.
There is a level of secrecy over safety.
Yes.
My God. This is a dangerous road for democracy, Ian Hales.
I totally agree with you. How can you not provide the company is 100% owned by the people of Jamaica. The government is 100% owned by the people of Jamaica.
Well, in theory, but based on practicality, this government is not owned by the people of Jamaica. This present whole This Holiness administration presently is not owned by the people of Jamaica. Mr. Hales, this Holiness administration is owned by a few.
But after hearing Matthew's statement, I would call on the Prime Minister tonight, because in my statement today, I didn't call on the Prime Minister. But after hearing what Samuda's statement is, I want the Prime Minister to now intervene.
Tap up the screen, guys. Tap up the screen. Hit the like button. Tap up the screen.
When the Prime Minister made the submissions at the Cabinet, gave the instructions at Cabinet, Matthew is not that brilliant, or Matthew has no power like that to do that on his own. I believe that instructions came directly from the Prime Minister.
But look, Andre, when this thing came up in February, the Prime Minister and Matthew went down to somewhere in Montego Bay.
Yes, and drank water.
St. James. And I drank the water from St. James. I kept asking myself, now if the water is so good in Kingston and St. Andrew, why did they drink a bottle in Kingston and St. Andrew instead of going to Montego Bay to drink a bottle of water?
I'm going to Montego Bay to drink a bottle of water. Now there's a probability of leptospirosis in the water.
Yes, rat. Yeah. Rat feces.
But if this is a precedent that is now being set in the KCNC, and with what has happened recently in St. Anne Municipal Corporation, I believe right across the length and breadth of Jamaica, there's going to be an instructions from the local municipalities by the mayors or by the offices, not even by the offices, but by the NWC, that they're not going to be cooperating to give over this information. Don't you see that as very serious and dangerous road for Jamaica? Very dangerous.
I see it as such, Andre.
Very dangerous. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot in us, so there's something I want to chime in on. Where this discussion is concerned, right? So, one thing we have to establish, we the people have lost everything, including our rights, and the water situation implies that we don't deserve better. Now, I want you guys to treat the NWC as a business you own. You're the manager of the business. You're the owner of the business. The government is the manager of the business. In management of the business, your executive powers as the owner of the business is to demand from the manager of the business that this protocol is followed. What protocol am I talking about? Transparency. We need to know the water quality. We don't care about international how the international world looks at us. The international world is going to look at us funny if we are hiding the truth about the water quality. It means then our government cannot be trusted neither by us, the locals, or the foreigners. So, when you don't put out this information that should be made public about the water quality and you hide it, you are doing the country a disservice and you are disobeying the owners of the actual service provider, which is NWC, we, the Jamaican citizen. Right? In Montego Bay now it's rat infested. Right? So we don't even know what's going to happen there. And Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation not having NWC come giving them the report. I listen, this is a betrayal. Right? This is treason. Alright? This is the highest level of sin and crime a government can commit to what? Do you know how important water is to everybody's life, health, and day-to-day operation? We need to be confident in a government that is running our water supply. Our water supply should not be jeopardized by the government. So we have coliform, E. coli, doo-doo in the water. Yes? How bad is Duns River? Are we hearing the truth, the whole truth about Duns River? Are we hearing the gravity of Duns River? They say, all right, Pastor. They say they don't want to kill us, but that's what Andrew said. We don't want to kill you. But the actions, the alleged actions of them not having the NWC give the reports of the water situation. Well, I think you're jeopardizing our lives, sir, in efforts to have a global, some type of global facade about our water supply. Just because you want to hide the truth about our water supply to the global world, you would much rather not give out the information about the water as it is right now, every single time it comes out. What that tells me, and what I'm going to deduce from that action of yours, is that the situation has either gotten worse or it is the same. Because one thing I know for sure is when the JLP is doing something that they deem is just amazing and they put a lot of media around it, it means to me that the situation is not solved and it's probably gotten worse or it is the same. I would lean more to it has gotten worse. What that means is, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what y'all are going how are you guys going to, you know what? This is a suggestion. You see your water in your pipe? We need to work with our councillors and our MPs from the PMP. Get the water out of your pipe. Document when you're taking it out of your pipe. Put it in a bottle, a glass bottle. Let the scientists tell you how to do it. We need to do some independent research on the water in our pipes to see if there is any E. coli. So since as the government wants to hide these reports, it is time for us to do our own investigation with the help of the PMP councillors. How you doing, Wilbert? Yes, Missy Wagwana Kittison pen. That's a whole other conversation. I probably have got to do it when it comes to the police part of the thing, because I have some police thing for sure, even some overseas something. You understand? But more I get through this. This is a suggestion. And all of these things I'm saying is coming off at the top of my head, people. Alright? So, on a screenshot this, send it to an MP. You need to collect the water from your pipes. Right? We are going to hold the NWC accountable. We are going to hold the government accountable. Since as them fear the global thing and they don't want to share the information, even if them come out now and choose to share the information after this, I'm going to tell you, I don't trust them anymore. The fact that they are not doing it and they're hiding it, I don't trust them to give us accurate and true information anymore after this. They have burned the bridge of trust for me personally. The fact that they are hiding the information about the water quality. Just because them choose to do it one time, they have now burned the bridge of trust for me. I'm very serious about water. Me love water. Me like good, clean, running water. You understand? So I do not trust this government anymore. I do not trust Matthew Samuda. I do not trust Andrew Ones when it comes to our water quality. You understand? Because there's no way you should be hiding that type of information from the people of Jamaica. And the fact that you are now, we don't see the NWC carrying in the reports, which was something that was of the norm. We don't hear any statements from Matthew Samuda. I don't trust you. I'm not telling anybody else what to do, but I don't trust you guys. So guys, we need to collect the water in some glass jars. It's going to maintain the quality of it. Right? Collect the water in some glass jars. And if you have any bright minds like kids in your community that are like scientists, want to come together and do your own independent research of the water and try to work with your MPs and your councillors at the PMP so we can ascertain what is the quality of the water that is in our pipes. And we need to do it consistently. I think moving forward, we need to take the protection of our own water supply and our water quality in our own hands as citizens of the country. The citizens have to work in collaboration to help protect ourselves. All these services are paid for by the citizens, and it is the right, not a privilege. Exactly. It is our right to know what's going on with our water supply. Thank you very much, Celia, Paul. Let's continue.
But I want to warn the MWC staff, and I want to warn the management that you have a duty and a responsibility to the people of this country, where if someone within the political body, in the body politic, give you a directive
Hi, Laura.
that will bring harm to the people of this country in terms of their health,
Yes.
You have a duty.
Of course.
You have a duty to ensure that you come forward and you make such reports public.
Of course.
It is your right to do that.
Yes.
Imagine, Andre, imagine if we have an outbreak tomorrow.
Yes.
And we were not proactive enough to get our hospitals, our healthcare sector, which is struggling as we speak.
Mighty God.
We were not, if we were not proactive in getting them ready to face whatever issues, outbreak that we may face going forward. So I think it's a matter of life and death,
Yes.
The decision that the government has taken, it's a matter of life and death. And I'm saying to them, reconsider this decision.
So don't you think the citizens of Jamaica should be in a position, seeing that the citizens of Jamaica own the NWC? Can't the citizens of Jamaica take out a class action against the NWC?
Yes. And I am saying to the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation to move ahead in terms of making such a decision. Look, Andre.
Citizens of Jamaica, class action lawsuit for the government. Alright? You need to stop talking about say you like quote. Right? Class action lawsuit. Get the right lawyer that can represent all of us and file a class action lawsuit. Will Rattigan, Medium General, Isaac Buchanan, Medium General, Senator Scott Motley, we need you, ma'am. We and the people that are listening to me, if you agree that we should have a class action lawsuit against the government, type agree in the chat. You understand what I say? Huh?
I can't understand the decision. It's like, what's next? Going to the Auditor General and saying, don't go over there, son, audit RADA.
My lord.
To see what's going on in RADA. Don't go over there, son, audit that. No government or no country can operate the way that we are operating.
Presently.
In a civil society.
No, man. It's the mic
So, Mr. Hills,
no.
how do we fix
No,
this
the mic is
situation?
on.
What's your recommendation of how to fix this problem? Because I'm sure the NWC, people in the NWC don't want to be politically victimized by this government. So whatsoever instructions they have been given, they're going to take it. How then do we proceed?
I think on two things. I think immediately, we can't get these reports, and I'm going to say to every citizen.
So what I'm saying, Jamaica, you have to pressure your councillor them, you have to pressure your MP them. You guys need to understand this is not a St. Andrew problem. We're talking about the trust in the people that is managing our water supply and the quality thereof. Right? They have proven to me personally that they cannot be trusted, and I'm saying a class action lawsuit is something that we all should be in the streets, right? Not blocking the road, not doing anything illegal, but a peaceful loud protests, right, to demand that the government reverse this order that they have put out there about hiding the NWC report from the KSAMC. All right? Yeah, this is big disrespect. This is alarming. You're talking about the health. Water is so important. Clean water is so important to the health of a nation. Eh? And this is what people talking about them want a third term for. Are they mad? They come like them sick in them head, man.
In Jamaica, to start boiling your water. That's number one.
Yeah, boiling the water is one thing.
Yeah. Number two is, I know things are tight in terms of finding the lunch money every day to send the child to school. But try and find it within the budget where you can buy a safe bottle of water if you can't get it to boil.
Mr. Hills, did you hear your opposition counterpart, Philip Paulwell, speaking in the parliament yesterday?
Yeah.
He explained explicitly how things hard in the country. How the poor people in this country will be able to buy a bottle of water when
Mighty God.
Find food for the day.
Mighty God.
Andre, I understand the situation, but it's another burden on the parents of this country. And I don't want to politicize what I'm saying, but the life of this government has another 90 days to go.
So you said they expire in 90 days?
Yeah, they expire in 90 days. And within the next 90 days, they're going to go to the people. They're going to go to the people of this country to make a decision.
Yes.
And this decision is, I would want the people to know that if the checks and balances in terms of your water cannot be made at the Kingston and right across the parish councils, right across the country, at some point they're going to come to you within the next 90 days. And you're going to make that decision when it comes to checks and balances, whether it is your health, the water that you drink, the list that you go to, the supermarket with, because most Jamaicans, when they go to supermarket now, they find themselves putting back things on the shelf.
My God, I can't tell you, all myself can't pull 2 bags of supermarket these days.
That's what's going on. But the life of this government will expire in the next 90 days. And there should be no reason for any citizen of this country to not be able to see a report that directly affects the health and the well-being of every single Jamaican boy and girl, parents, grandparents in this country. It's not a private company that we're speaking about. It is the National Water Commission, which is owned by the people of Jamaica.
But I want to carry the conversation further. In a case like this, would the Office of the Public Defender stand up to defend the people of Jamaica against the NWC?
Correct, you're correct, Andre.
Wouldn't the Director of Public Prosecution be in a position to stand up against the NWC? To speak up? Shouldn't the DPP be ruling on a matter like this? What about the Office of the Utilities Regulation, the regulatory body of utilities in this country? Shouldn't the OUR be stepping into this matter?
And as I said, Andre, tomorrow, I'm going to be making some calls tomorrow. And in terms of ensuring that we can look at, and don't get me wrong, we don't wish to take this to court.
It has to go to court.
No, man, this Africa court, brother.
There's a plan to withdraw it.
This Africa court. This Africa court.
I agree with you. So I am of the view that after making calls tomorrow, we will then make a decision, an informed decision, in terms of what's the next move or the next step. Because look, we're playing with fire. Not just water, we're playing with fire. And we're playing with the
Daniel
and the health. The healthcare system in this country is in shambles as we speak. We can't manage no outbreak now across this country. And
Daniel, big up yourself and thank you for the support, love.
And for those that do the testing within the NWC, and if they got it wrong in February and they fix it in March or April, whichever month they fixed it, it would be so good if those same civil servants had come back to the Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation and said to them, look, we have fixed the problem now, but we don't know if it's fixed or not. So there's nobody that is held accountable.
My God.
Nobody knows if it's fixed or not. And you have Matthew Samuda and Edmund Bartlett at Choose Jamaica seminar, right? But them never choose Montego Bay to be a ratless city, a ratless infested city that possibly could infect our water supply. Hey, Mr. Them people are so real. Yo, Jano.
My God.
Andre,
This
I
is
am
too
asking ever since.
This
The
is
first
too
line of defense. The first line of defense is our parish council. Is our parish councils across this country.
Yeah.
Most Jamaicans see their councillors regular and they have those kinds of conversation. The parish council is a legal body.
But Mr. Hales,
which is put in place to safeguard in the water.
Mr. Hales, did you remember the Constitutional Affairs Minister speaking recently in the Parliament talking about pandemic and endemics? You remember that argument? And if there is a pandemic, it could further delay the elections. You remember that argument?
Well, I hardly listen to her, because I like listening to people that make sense.
Oh, you say she's not too sensitive.
No, I'm not saying that. Those words would never leave my mouth. But
she hardly
she might make she might make some sense, but I like listening to people that make sense.
My God.
Hold on there. That one here I want parable. This is a serious situation, but Daniel, me see you over Bolo VNR clip. Because myself, no, so him like to listen to people that make sense. Hold on. So them is not a person that makes some sense, It has to be a person that makes sense, not some sense. Sense. So if you don't make sense, Mr. Ian Hills don't want to listen to you. You can't trust Andrew Jones, but you trust Mark, who is involved in FinSac. Make that make sense. Sir, Richard Green, where are you getting this nonsensical argument from? Mark Golding is not involved in FinSac. Mark Golding was not in the government, sir. Alright? So you're not making any sense. Alright? And tell me why you trust Andrew Jones. A man that cannot declare his assets. A man that says, meet the judge or meet the maker when people just meet them maker and not meet no judge. Right? A man that tell you that he didn't know nothing about his statutory being investigated for illicit enrichment. Then months later, evidence come out that at the time when he said that he knew that he was under investigation. A man that said, in 100 days, we shall do this, and this, and this. And 5,000 days have passed, or somewhere there about, I don't know, count it. After 9 years, let me see, 309, 3 nines. Yeah, whole heap of days pass. What are you talking about? A man that went to people that was grieving after their house was burnt down and said, listen, I feel your pain and I'm going to help you. And he never helped them. How can you trust Andrew Jones? What has Mark Golding done that you can prove that why you don't trust Mark Golding? Tell me one thing. There's no research to be done, sir. Mark Golding's not involved in FinSac. Do you know what FinSac is about? You go do your research. The FinSac myth has been debunked. JLP caused FinSac because of ill practices. Learn that. FinSac was something to help the people. Right? IMF is also to be blamed because they apologized to Andre Horton, the people in IMF, the lawyers, about the Washington consensus. Go and research the Washington consensus. Richard Green, you go do your research. Because you don't know what you're talking about. You're talking nonsense. Alright? Why they don't release the FinSac report? Since as FinSac is what you say it is, why the JLP don't release the report? Because they know it's a lie. And they don't want the lie bust out. But you see, when PNP going to power, all reports shall be revealed, and all the lies that they have told shall come. You are clueless, sir. I'm going on with my show.
Hear that the minister can't be
immigration, what you deal with?
He's not answering any calls. He's not busy. I hear that even mainstream media can't find him.
Who's that? Samoda?
Yes.
Look, as I said, look.
You can't find him.
You can class it any way you want to class it or slice or dice. Whether it is government badness or the level of arrogancy or just being arrogant. That
and you come on here and talk about trusting. And the substantive issue is this. The government again is giving you another reason not to trust them. By hiding, by the NWC not giving the KSMC the reports to the water. Mr. Richard Green, why will you not, and if you don't address the water situation that we're talking about, I am going to block you. You understand? Because this is a very serious situation that affects everybody. It doesn't matter if you're green or orange. You can't trust a government that is hiding the water quality report from the KSMC or the people of Jamaica. That is a government that you trust. Come on from a blouse and skirt platform here, man. Damn foolishness. People like who now sell out the country and sell out the people them over party.
And I just want to say, look,
Joe and Wagwan, big up yourself from Canada.
You're in the people business. And it's people you're dealing with and the lives of every citizen.
Yes.
And you have to take this job serious. So I expect him to come out tomorrow and do one of his videos again. And media blitz and say the opposition is mischievous. And we can't be coming out with these kinds of reports because it is damaging reputation. But I said, would you rather look at the reputation on the outside or look at the reputation that will take place if the citizens of this country are faced with an outbreak and a health sector which is on the stream right now, are already collapsing? Because
I'm getting some breaking news. I'm getting some breaking news tonight. As you talk about health system collapsing, we're getting some breaking news. My God. And remember, it was the said Matthew Samoda who got the DJ at Area FM off station when she spoke about the situation at Negril. But I'm being told tonight, Jamaica, that the chief medical Amber, DJ Amber. Remember when DJ Amber spoke about what is happening? I want to break the news. I have to break the news tonight. As we speak, Jamaica, the chief medical officer at KPH, Dr. Natalie Wiley, has resigned.
Wow.
The chief medical officer at KPH, Dr. Natalie Wiley, has resigned.
Wow.
Good night, colleagues. It with the deepest regret that I wish to inform you that I've resigned as Chief Medical Officer of KPH, effective last. Sir.
People, like up your life, man. Like up your life. You have to say I be a labor right over here. We come with them there. When me go live, I be a labor right forward. How me see likes them a go up. What go on? Come on, man.
As I will be operating full-time in private practice. Best regards. Fed up that you know.
Well,
fed up that you know.
Yeah.
Mr. Hills.
Yeah, and Andre, if I look at the Savlamar Hospital situation, if you should come to Negril and spend a weekend, and something should be happening to you, God forbid it doesn't, and you go to Savlamar Hospital, it might take you 3 to 4 days to get a bed.
What?
Or even longer.
Yes.
Or if you don't know somebody
3 to 4 days to get a bed.
Can call to get you a bed. You won't get a bed. You'll be on a chair or you'll be on a cot in the hallway.
Come on, man. Stop.
For days.
God.
That's crazy.
And
That's
I keep saying, Andre, I think every Jamaican, as an opposition, we want to fight crime.
Yes.
But I keep saying the largest investment that this government has made in the parish of Westmoreland. We have, everybody in Westmoreland would always know that in terms of cultural activity, we always go to the Landala Cultural Center. They have put over $1 billion on that one location just to build offices. And I tell them, they say it's going to be a holding area. It's not going to be a jailhouse. They have done the same thing in Frome.
They know them a plan for, man.
The same thing in Little London. And all I've been asking, wouldn't that money have better been spent for the people of Westmoreland, for the law-abiding citizens of Westmoreland, if there was an expansion of the Sablamar Hospital in ensuring that every citizen that goes there
well,
can get a bed to go lay down.
Here's what I'm going to say,
Mr.
Hills. I don't want them to take on no other project in this country. Because remember, Cornwall Regional Hospital, if them take on that, that is another 9-year project overrun. So wait until the People's National Party takes government. Then the expansion can happen for Sablamar Hospital. Reasonable?
I agree with you.
Reasonable, of course.
So what is your final words today?
Wagwan Jave, Leroy, Dana, Wagwan.
With regards to this water.
All right, Dana. Thank you so much.
I would say to the people of Jamaica, the opposition is doing everything in terms of ensuring that your water is safe to drink. Number one. Number two is get on your megaphone, speak to journalists, speak to the media, speak to civil society, speak to your church leaders, speak to everybody. And let's put in place where the government can reinstate the wrong or bad decision that they have made to withhold these reports from the parish councils across the country. It is wrong. The NWC is owned by the people of Jamaica. And as I said before, from an accountability standpoint,
yes,
this cannot go unpunished.
True.
And the people of Jamaica will, in the next 3 months, they will have to give an account to the people of Jamaica. And I am quite sure that this time around, the people of Jamaica will send a message of hope, of change, and of a responsible government that deals with your issues and don't hide reports that affect your health and life and situation in this country.
So you're talking about when you're the next water minister and I call you for the report, even if it is an extremely bad situation, you will transfer to the people and let them know what is happening.
You don't call to the report will be tabled so that every Jamaican can make a decision. Yes.
All right, sir.
Yes. Transparency.
Your word,
Come on, man.
But I'm not getting into the bangarang happening in Western West.
See? Transparency, ladies and gentlemen. Transparency.
Westmoreland tonight, because you owe me an interview for us to talk about the bangarang happening in Western Westmoreland. So remember that you owe me a midday connection for us to talk about it. All right?
I will, Andre. I will.
I hope you don't have no sweetheart and wife that needs to be have a good meeting.
Hey, Andre terrible. Andre terrible. So, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of the water, I am imploring, I am encouraging. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're in the United States, you're in Canada, I want you to do a video and post it. TikTok, YouTube, I want to know if you flood social media. You don't have to show your face. You do not have to show your face. If you don't worry about them, this and that and the other thing, listen to me. You do not have to show your face. I want you to do a video. One, demanding your opinions about Matthew Samuda and the NWC allegedly decide, well, it's not allegedly. The KSMC mayor tell us the man them stop come at the meeting them and them not get the report them no more. So there's no alleged, right? They say they don't want to kill us, but if you are not tabling reports or making reports public of water conditions, whether it be good or bad, especially if the water condition them bad, those are the ones that should be tabled even more, so that people can prepare themselves so they can get them one. We're having some water quality problems here in Kingston and St. Andrew, and we've found some high levels of coliform, which is highly unusual, and we are encouraging the citizens of Jamaica to boil your water. This is how you do it. This is the steps, and this way you can get clean water. It's gonna take some more energy because there's a body in the water or whatever, and we apologize for the inconvenience and we can move on. That is a government and a system I trust. Anything less than that, I don't trust none of y'all. You understand what I'm saying? If you are not tabling that report, if you're not giving it to the KSMC, you cannot be trusted. And the class action lawsuit is something that we should definitely organize. And I think it's class president that said that is the problem. The people of Jamaica, we are one voice in terms of our disgust for the government, but in terms of action, we are not organized. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rattigan is a good organizer. Alright? Andre is a good organizer. And Mr. Rattigan even more because he's a lawyer. And him linked with Isaac Buchanan. Listen, we really need people that are genuine, that have the know-it-all, that want to fight for the rights of the people. We have to give our support to them, and we have to request certain things from them, and then we have to follow the action. Whatever they say, we follow that. So if it's a petition to sign, you sign the petition. People, we have to be organized. We are dealing with a machinery, in my opinion, that doesn't want to kill us. My life, I feel threatened. I feel like they want to kill us. There's no other reason I can think of why you would not want to release the water quality report. I don't trust y'all. Alright? If it wasn't for Jesse James Clark, mighty God. If it wasn't for the PMP, thank God that they are the ones that are running the KSAMC. Can you imagine if it was the JLP running it? There will be no reports of the water quality coming out with the E. coli and the doo-doo water. If it was them running the KSAMC, no wonder them did want to hold on pan it so much, and then did so vexed with the brother when the woman cussed him out. When him name Mr. Earn, when name Ernell or something like that, and Joy cuss him out, and remember, say him give PMP the KSAMC or one bag or something. That's why they were so upset. I don't trust these people. Right? If you are willing to jeopardize and give me poison water, you cannot be trusted. Right? Because you are not telling me the reports and making it public. So I can, in my mind now, me I say, but hold on, I wonder if I do the water this. What else is in the water? Me can't even be able to do the water. Me can't even be able to do the water. I will circle the water and put the right amount of bleach in it and make it, purify or whatever. And that in itself is a process you have to follow properly, because you don't want to put too much bleach in there because that can mess up your skin. The water situation is not no joke. You understand? The water situation is not no joke. People, we have to get organized. Class action lawsuit. Peaceful protests. The way how Jamaica is running right now, there should be a protest every other day. The rat them in a mobile. Protests. How did we get here? If the people in a mobile feel like say really is the Ennis, thank you so much, Dana Whittaker. Ennis. Deputy Mayor Ennis come out and me I leave and them cuss him out. Because the KSMC is a cash cow. NWC come out, come put out report about the KSMC owe them $50 million. So they never did know that when the JLP did run KSMC. They want make it look like say at the PMP we when I running now over them. Because what I want to see the games that are being people. This is a dangerous tyrannical government. This is a dangerous tyrannical government. For them to hide the water supply is tyrannical. The quality of the water supply being hidden is tyrannical. Do you guys know of the incident in Detroit when lead was in the water? Flint, Detroit. Do you guys know that history? Lead was in the water. Lead. Man, I don't trust these people, bro. I'm seriously considering my water and home bathe and everything now. I don't trust these people, bro. Maybe I have to cut back on bathing. As hot as the summer is, I drink bottled water anyway. I don't drink pipe water. But when it comes to bathing, I really have to reconsider using the bath. I am that terrified by this decision of the NWC and Essence, Matthew Samuda, and Essence, Andrew Honest, because it's the Jamaican people that run the government. The Jamaican people that run the government and own the government and own essentially the NWC. And they are hiding things from us, the owners. Where they do that at? People get fired for less than that at their job. I mean fire, I not talk about one election. I mean, yo, we have to left now. So what we do? They don't want to kill us, but they're hiding water supply results from us. Huh? Talking about, allegedly about, oh, the global effects reputation. So you want to have a fake reputation where you have a fake report of good water just to make the world think that we have good water. And then listen, imagine a citizen, a foreigner comes to Jamaica, drinks the doo-doo water, the E. coli water, and gets severely sick. What are you gonna do after that? Put out PR and deny that it's not the water do it? When they can't prove, you see? Tell you something. This government is a dangerous government. Dangerous government. I'm telling you, y'all better wake the hell up if you're not already. Let's continue. Let me go to the next part now. The main part of this. I wanna listen to this. I'm gonna have a show my screen.
Let the gunmen and those who are involved in all the other kinds of crimes that are being committed in the country understand we don't want to kill you. That's not what we want. What we want to do is to prevent you, deter you from getting involved in crime, because you are more valuable to the society, alive, educated, part of the workforce, good, upstanding citizens. That is what we want for you. We have created the option. The same scammer can become a cybersecurity expert. To all our Jamaican youth, you are not operating in the time where crime is an option. If you get involved in crime, we know how to find you, we know how to locate you, and believe me, we have the capabilities to reach you.
Do you think I say I don't have anything? People, I'm going to play that back. Because I just lose my train of thought a while ago. Well, let me play the other part. It sounded good enough. It sounded good.
The general public tends to have a sense that the criminals that we are dealing with are all street-level operators. That the criminals that we are dealing with are youngsters who are dispossessed, who are marginalized, of which many of them are. But we are also dealing with criminals who are graduates from our universities, who have degrees, who are very intelligent, who are using the cyber world as cover to lead and influence organized criminal activity.
So hold on there. Oh man, there's so much to unpack from this. Wow. So you have educated folks coming out of the university and they choose crime. Isn't that a failure of the system? Isn't that a failure of the system? And if we're being honest, the overqualification tagline in Jamaica has been one that has been happening for a while. So you have kids that go to people that go to school and then come out and they're overqualified. So because they're overqualified, they look for creative ways to make the type of money that they thought they would make, because they cannot make the type of money that they thought they would make here in Jamaica. Either that or them fly out. Isn't that a failure of the system? Where is the prosperity, Andrew Honest? It goes back to you and your government. Where is the prosperity? But me not going to believe at that point there. Want to tell me, want to think about that? Me I go back to the first audio, because it is so interesting that is the people that were educated is doing the crime them, the big crime them now.
Let the gunmen and those who are involved in all the other kinds of crimes that are being committed in the country understand we don't want to kill you. That's not what we want. What we want to do is to prevent you, deter you from getting involved in crime, because you are more valuable.
Prevent you and deter you from getting involved in crime. You want to do that. So are you admitting that you're not doing it presently? You have failed to do that. The government has failed to deter youth from choosing crime. He's saying the quiet part out loud, you know. Right? He's saying the quiet part out loud. Somebody said when you sit down and fret on the PM is in St. Thomas, a cut urban. You fret until you hear I left you. Oh, okay. Alright, so this person is trying to be one funny. And the keyword is trying to be funny. Bye. Have a good day. Alright. So let's go back on that.
Deter you from getting involved in crime, because you are more valuable to the society alive. That's not what we want. What we want to do is to prevent you, deter you from getting involved in crime, because you are more valuable to
So he wants to prevent you and deter you from getting involved in crime, because you're more valuable to the society. So that's what they want to do. That's not what they're currently doing. That means you have failed the citizens of Jamaica. You have failed to deter the youths and prevent the youths from getting involved in crime. Because crime apparently, in terms of earning money, is more attractive. So again, Andrew Honest, where's the prosperity that you promised the people 9 years ago, 10 years ago? It's non-existent for the people. But for you and your friends and family, it's a different story, isn't it? Let's continue.
society alive, educated, part of the workforce.
Educated. What's going on, Matthew? Educated, Andrew? When you under your government, this is the education system, my God. Educated, again, a failure of you and your government. That's what they want, though. Not the reality. That's what they want. They want you to listen carefully, you know. That's what they want.
That is what we want for you. We have created the option. The same scammer can become a cyber.
Really? You have created the option. The same scammer become a cyber. So hold on. When you got the house and when you go to the people in house and you do what you call it? What's that thing? Hey, juice. When you go to the house and you do the police they do the operation. The people they come out in a body bag. So how the scammer where they go for operation for is going to become a cyber tech professional or whatever you just say when they're in a body bag. How that work? How does somebody in a body bag have the option to change them life and to reform them life? How? And you're not going to tell me that every single situation that the police is in when them go for operation requires the unaliving of people. As a matter of fact, if you want to prevent and deter people from crime, unaliving them is not the way. Because you're violating their constitutional rights. Right? They have the right to life. Well, there's ways there's equipment the police can have. I was watching a video. I played it on my platform when they were going for when ICE was going for people. Them have this thing where them shoot you with. Yo, it render you almost paralyzed, like you can't move. Electricity. Why the Jamaican government not have that in their operation? Thank you. Why the Jamaican government not have that in their operation? Why that's not an option? Why is only M16s and rifles and guns on the use? There's so many ways to catch people and not unalive them. But, that's not the MO of the Jamaican Constabulary Force. They take pride in unaliving birds. You understand? Because allegedly that's what they're called. Criminals are called birds. And listen, that's what I heard. One talking on TV, him say him family used to come around and family of police and whatever. And when them attack, and them think them hear them say, how much bird they unalive today. So there is a disconnect in the humanity and the mindset of the individuals that are supposed to serve and protect. They don't see the people that are criminals as people. Them a bird or something else. They are disposable. And the Prime Minister see them the same way too. And there's people in other hills of society that do. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to play this clip for you. I'm going to play this clip for you to show you what I mean when I say the Prime Minister has that same disposition about people that are criminals. Listen to this. This is a keynote address at the National Security Council seminar.
A global war on gangs that will treat with them in the same way that international effort was mobilized in creating standardized legislation across jurisdiction, dealing with finances of gangs, but coordinating how exceptional and emergency powers are used to deal with these criminals who hide under the protection of being citizens of a country.
Criminals who hide behind the protection of being citizens of a country. That sounds like their constitutional rights that they're hiding behind, according to the Prime Minister of Jamaica. You guys see the mindset. You guys see why the police force numbers of unalivings are alarming. Because this is the mindset and the utterance of the head of the stream. Let me play that back again. I don't know. I was trying to send this to Andrea, but Andrea was out of sorts last night because things was not going the way he wanted it to with the show. You know? I understand. I really wanted him to play this because I don't think a lot of people has addressed this statement by the Prime Minister. I really don't think the people understand the gravity of what the man is saying. I understand? So let's play it again.
War on gangs. That will treat with them in the same way that international effort was mobilized in creating standardized legislation across jurisdiction, dealing with finances of gangs, but coordinating how exceptional and emergency powers are used to deal with these criminals who hide under the protection of being citizens of the
You see how long him pass for? And I look for the people them. So according to Andrew, they are using the SOEs, the state of emergency powers, to expertly coordinate plans to deal with the criminals, right? Who hide behind the protection of being citizens of a country. Can I get some responses in the comments? What do you guys think about that? Digest that for a minute. Just digest it. Make it sink in.
These criminals who exceptional and emergency powers are used to deal with these criminals who hide under the protection of being citizens of a country.
So, when Andrew said this, it holds no weight.
What we want to do is to prevent you, deter you from getting involved in crime, because you are more valuable to the society, alive, educated, part of the workforce, good, upstanding citizens. That is what we want for you. We have created the option. The same scammer can become a cybersecurity expert. To all our Jamaican youth, you are.
So, when you use the SOEs expertly to deal with criminals that hide behind the protection of being a citizen, and you remove that protection and you unalive them, Andrew Honest, where's the option for them to be reformed? How do you reform them after that? Them dead. They are dead. Is I only said this, you know?
Either meet a judge or meet your maker. Our prisons and police lockups are fully populated. I do not train my police to lose. We have the superior training and firepower to ensure that we win every time. Wherever they go, we'll find them and we'll bring them in, one way or the other. Whether we bring them in the pickup that come behind us in the car, I don't want to come on a stretcher in their business. I don't problem that, right? But we'll find them and bring them in. Either meet a judge or meet your maker. Either meet a judge or meet your maker. Our prisons and police lockups are fully populated. I do not train my police to lose. We have the superior training and firepower to ensure that we win every time. Wherever they go, we'll find them and we'll bring them in, one way or the other. Whether we bring them in the pickup that come behind us in the car, I don't want to come on a stretcher in their business. I don't problem that, right? But we'll find them and bring them in. Either meet a judge or meet your maker.
So, if the government, if the police is so good at bringing them in, and their police is not trained to lose, that means when we can bring in 80% of the youth them, when we can bring in 80% of the youth them alive, when we can use more non-lethal mix non-lethal and lethal weaponry to bring in the youth them. Since as you know so well trained, I not trained for lose. Since as you don't know where they are, I don't know how to find them. That means that you can spring up on them without them prepared. So with the element of surprise, you would think that the police force would have less unalivings happening, right? But that is not the case. That is not the case.
And not operating in the time where crime is an option. If you get involved in crime, we know how to find you, we know how to locate you, and believe me, we have the capabilities to reach you. Let the gunmen and those who are involved in all the other kinds of crimes that are being committed in the country understand we don't want to kill you. That's not what we want. What we want to do is to prevent you, deter you from getting involved in crime, because you are more valuable to the society, alive, educated, part of the workforce, good, upstanding citizens. That is what we want for you. We have created the option. The same scammer can become a cybersecurity expert. To all our Jamaican youth, you are not operating in the time where crime is an option. If you get involved in crime, we know how to find you, we know how to locate you, and believe me, we have the capabilities to reach you. The general public tends to have a sense that the criminals that we are dealing with are all street-level operators. That the criminals that we are dealing with are youngsters who are dispossessed, who are marginalized, of which many of them are. But we are also dealing with criminals who are graduates from our universities, who have degrees, who are very intelligent, who are using the cyber world as cover to lead and influence organized criminal activity.
What an admission of failure if that is true. Wow. Just wow. People, so we police them here in Jamaica.
That's why Jamaica come too.
Hey, we do not have laws for the video. We do not have laws for video. Yeah, there's no. This a fool. Enjoy.
All right, let's go ahead and bring out our next single guy.
Laws for the video. We do not have laws for video. Yeah, there's no. This a fool.
So that lady just said he assaulted him. He assaulted her, sorry. You see when him box off the Rasta phone, and it appeared that the Rasta get box on him hand, that is also assault. Them no want get video. Now him a pose like him there photo shoot.
This a fool. That's for the video. We do not have laws for video. Yeah, there's no. This a fool.
Look at this. Look at the man. The police them feel so empowered to abuse citizens in Jamaica under the Andrew Honest-led government. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at this man. Acting like a buffoon. Look at the gimmickry. Marking this is. Look at him. Look at him, guys.
There's no.
I think I want Quotos this, you know. Which Quotos again? I don't remember which Quotos. But I bet that Jamaica Tory, boy, this man, yeah, all of the unaliving them. Everything we go on in Jamaica, him have it. Police can't up somebody there, so him have it. Then I'm town, fire alarm corner clock between police and criminal. Giant WhatsApp group 17 hours ago. You understand? Thanks. Now, this is a foreign still, you know, but more showing us something, Zane. Look at this.
Incident went viral all the way back in 2021, where a convenience store security camera picked up a gross incident of police misconduct. As we see Wilmington, Delaware officer Samuel Waters approach and grab this man unprovoked before slamming his head multiple times into the plexiglass case at the cash register, before continuing the beating off camera. However, newly surfaced body cam footage from Officer Waters shows what happened immediately after this act of violence.
My face, bro. You just smashed my face into the glass for nothing. Then you just going to slam me down. Look what you just did, man. And all I'm asking you is what is going on? Why are you arresting me?
Right. I told you. I was detaining you. You just need to turn around.
No,
you don't want to listen.
Anything. You didn't even read my rights or nothing. You didn't tell me what was going on. You just straight started assaulting me, dude. Look at my
Stop.
face. Look at my face, man.
Waters' attitude and dismissive tone of voice is only escalating this interaction further, as he obviously feels his aggression and violence towards the man was justified just because the man didn't immediately submit to his authority without question.
You're f***ing going down.
You hear that? This sound familiar? Is it that the Jamaican police them and the police them all over the world I get the same mandate? America is. Only listen to this.
Dude, you just assaulted me for no reason. Okay. You just assaulted me for no reason, dude.
I wanted to have a conversation with you, and you got squirrely.
You wasn't trying to conversate nothing, dude. You was trying to assault me.
Okay.
And if you think the officer is acting out of line so far,
From the door.
Well, so maybe next time I say put your hands in the door, you'll listen.
In there.
Instead of being
In the air. My hands were in there. Now you just
All right.
assault me. This guy just assaulted me, man. I like to speak to superiors. You just assaulted me. It's all on camera in there, dude.
I see another
Look,
hand
man,
in the
look
car.
at you.
Come on. Let's go.
Why you trying to twist and break my wrist?
Yeah, probably, because he's one of those fall down, so you mother. Who is it? No idea. You don't want to tell me his name. My fingerprint scanner's not working. I tried to have a conversation with him, and he broke bad, and we ended up fighting.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, so he's angry, got his head slammed into a wall, but...
That is what it is.
That's all you gotta do. Whatever. So, just figured I'd get some extra hands in case he decides to do something dumb.
even after warning the medical team that his body cam is on multiple times, they all feel comfortable enough talking trash on the man while Waters completely misrepresents the sitch, which we're speculating was done so Waters could have a legal argument if needed later down the line, and as it turns out was something he actually did need, as coverage from CBS Philly reported that just a month after this arrest occurred, Waters was sued by the man, accusing Waters of violating his civil rights while also alleging he used a racial slur during the arrest, being placed on desk duty while the internal investigation took place, with CNN reporting months later that Waters was indicted on a total of 8 counts, including 2 felonies from this incident and another that occurred earlier in the same month. Waters was either fired or resigned from the force in January of 2022. Waters was facing charges ranging from tampering with public records and second-degree perjury, both felonies, to misdemeanor assault and official misconduct charges. charges. AG Kathy Jennings would say of both incidents that there is a clear and disturbing pattern of violence and deception surrounding Officer Waters' abuse of authority and power as a police officer. Even though we're approaching 2 years removed from both incidents, Waters was indicted on. He was just recently convicted with felony tampering public records, falsifying business records, assault, and official misconduct from the arrest we previously saw. Waters had a history of failing to turn on his body cam while also lying in his official report about the incident, an often overlooked aspect of how the police cover up their misconduct and illegal actions to bury incidents like this. Waters will be sentenced later this year as he faces up to 8 years in prison just for these charges alone, and we will keep y'all updated as the...
People, why am I playing this? The police lie. In Jamaica, the Minister of Security and the Prime Minister want us to believe that police don't tell lie. In this country, they use body cameras and they still have issues with the police lying, for crying out loud. Turning off their body cameras, making false report, trying to cover up themselves. Right? But Andrew Holness wants us to believe that his government that don't implement body-worn cameras that said, oh no, it's not really anything. You want to tell us that you don't want to kill us? And I say us because, again, somebody that is deemed a criminal and not convicted as a criminal is not a criminal. We have intelligence that that person is a criminal. Okay, take him to court. Let's review the evidence. Next thing, he's not taken to court. He's in a body bag. She's in a body bag. How do we know that he's a criminal? The police lie all the time. People lie all the time. Because they're people. The difference in these spaces is that they actually convict the people. Because they have the body-worn camera evidence. That is the difference. Alright? Now, this is even more disturbing.
We have an exclusive update. We brought you this first. A woman harassed and arrested inside of her own home in Alabama in front of her child. Illegally so. The mayor has now come out against the arrest after our reporting. Here it is.
So when y'all go over there and talk to him about his history, y'all asking for his ID?
Yep, and he provides it.
No, y'all do not. I'll be sitting right here watching. Nobody asking for his ID.
I'm not arguing with you.
I'm not arguing either. I'm not giving you no. I'm going to jail.
Yes.
Can I provide my ID?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do it. I'm not giving you my ID.
Turn off the chains behind your back. This is ridiculous. Hey, turn off the chains behind your back. You're under arrest.
I need to put my shoes on.
I didn't ask.
Don't you put your hands on me like that.
Hold on.
Push my son.
Whoa, hold on, wait.
Push my son.
Ma, calm down, please, everybody. Please, calm down, please. Ma, everybody, calm down. I'm gonna give you one more chance. Ma, please.
Why do you need my ID?
I've already explained to you. Ma, just
Why do you need my ID?
Ma, just give me your ID, Ma, please.
Why do you need my ID?
Ma, please, call. Mom, no, it's okay. Ma, it's okay. Ma, it's okay. Ma, it's okay. Ma, it's okay. It's okay, Ma, it's okay. It's okay, Ma, it's okay. It's okay, Ma, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, I'm recording. I'm recording. Mom.
You need Jesus.
It's okay, Ma. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
This ain't nothing but the devil.
It's okay. It's okay.
This ain't nothing but the devil.
Put up the picture full mask. We now have a response from the mayor of that city. We brought you this first. It was an indisputable exclusive. A few days after our reporting, the mayor has come out against the arrest and has dropped all charges against Miss Twyla Stallworth. I have some other updates to report. Let's keep that picture up. I want to remind everyone that when the son walked outside with the officer while the officer was illegally arresting his mother, the son said, "Officer, if you don't mind," it was very polite. He said, "Can you let me know what she's being arrested for?" The officer basically cited that she did not produce an ID. The son said,
Hi,
well, can I
Velma.
see the statute where that's illegal? The officer goes into his phone, pulls up the statute, and reads it. And he reads that she did not give him her information, identify herself. The son says, wait a minute, that says nothing about identification. It just says she has to identify who she is, not identification. And the context of the statute was misappropriated by the officer, even if that did occur, because it does not apply to a private home. It applies to public places in Alabama. So, as we reported last Thursday, per the press release from the law offices of attorney Harry Daniels in Andalusia, Alabama, and this police department, they came under fire after attorneys for the 40-year-old Twyla Stallworth released that video of Officer Barton, B-A-R-T-O-N, shoving Miss Stallworth onto her couch, forcefully arresting her and keeping her locked up for 15 hours after she legally refused to provide ID in her own home. Legally refused. Officer Barton charged Miss Stallworth with obstruction, resisting an officer, and attempting to elude. Insane.
What?
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member. On Friday month, content to you. Now back to the show. Mayor Earl Johnson, put him up. You got Mayor Earl Johnson on Friday released the following statement in response to the press release made by Ms. Stallworth and issued on her behalf by civil rights attorney Harry Daniels, and we were the first to report on it. Here it is.
On behalf of the city of Andalusia and the Andalusia Police Department, I would like to apologize to Ms. Twyla Stallworth for her arrest here in February. All charges against Ms. Stallworth are being dropped. The arresting officer in this case has a clean record with our department, but he made a mistake in this case on February the 23rd. He has been disciplined for failing in his duty to know the law.
Mr. Mayor, put the picture back up. You see,
before he goes on, let's do a little bit of a comparison to Jamaica. How does the Prime Minister respond to claims that the police violated people, even when it's on video? How does the Prime Minister respond? Does he apologize to the citizens? Or does he back up the police? How does he respond? In Jamaica, the police is always right. Under Andrew Ones. Have you ever heard Andrew Ones come out and criticize the police? Constructive criticism. Have you ever heard it? And some people believe that the PMP is a little bit soft in this area as well. A lot of people text me about that. You know? They're not, the PMP is not as hardened in terms of backing up the police and everything, because they do admit that the body worn cameras need to be used for greater trust. We've heard Mark Golding say that, right, publicly, so it's on record. But we have a government that pretends that police don't lie. We have a government that tells us that they don't want to kill us, which in essence is a response to the people's belief that you do want to kill us. Andrew Ones would not have made that statement if the people of Jamaica, he listens to everything and he knows the sentiment of the people is that the police wants to kill us, unalive us, right? But in this city, the mayor says, ma'am, it is quite evident that he violated. We're dropping the charges and we're going to move. He did not totally support the lady, you know. At least he's doing damage control. But Andrew Honest government is so tyrannical and appears to be a dictator forming that they don't apologize to citizens when the officers violate citizens on video. No, sir. Them too big for that. They don't apologize to citizens. They don't drop charges from citizens. No, sir. The citizens always wrong in Jamaica, you know? When it come out to the police, you don't notice that? On the surface level, the citizen has to go through alley hoops. I don't know if I'm okay. 1 second. May I try to find one video, but I don't want to dox the person. The citizen has to go through alley hoops. Somebody said, Senator Morgan will not come on the program because blah blah. He said, I agree that he is. I ought to mention. No, that a Morgan. No, I don't different thing that. No, where's that video? Where's that video? When the police them from what the other day. Who sent me that video there? Somebody sent me that video there, you know. Oh man, who sent me that video? Me get that. Oh, you know, say Andre play. Me find it, but Andre did play it. Come on. I think I don't have the last part in play it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So where is it? Damn. The last time I seen play. I think, see it, huh?
Please play it and make Jamaica sit tonight for Peter.
Now, first of all, we don't even know if them are money or police. But it's alleged these are police. Let's just say that.
Stay in a key. Stay in. Cops don't do nothing, man, come with the jail. Him take on cops. Him the one that take on cops. And as the cops have gone. And then him have been chilling him have been chilling him hand. Andre, hold this. Get at him. Get at him.
Wanna hear that? Stop video me. I'm not police them, man. Them money are criminal. Cause police know say it is the right of the citizens to video. Why do they have a so-called eye, Jamaica eye? Isn't Jamaica eye video in public places? So why is the police telling the citizens that they must not video them? Or these people, are you doing Audley Mackenzie, big up? Why is the police telling them that? But they don't want to kill us though.
Me return the lawful response so you can stop me. You don't have no right.
First of all, before you can even think about taking this out of me, you have to find out who me be. You know what? Stop me from video. I'm not obstruct your work. I'm on my property. I'm not obstruct your work, big man. I'm witnessing a bag of foolishness.
You hear him tell him man say move and keep on moving. That sound like a threat. Them money a bad man, man. Them money are not police. Andrew, you need to apprehend these men and lock them up. These men are not police. These men are operating like criminals. What is this?
There's no way you can bust a woman's face. Me have been Paris, come here.
Oh man, that girl face bust up.
Paris, come here.
Yo, the man them bust up a girl face. Now I wonder if a police officer could exercise the same restraint as this lady, this young lady right here. We get her face bust up and is not looking to exact revenge or to retaliate immediately. I wonder if a police officer could get him face bust up, right? With him gun pan him waist and exercise the same restraint as this lady right here, so. You see, with great power comes great responsibility, you know. Right? You guys have authority. That means you need to operate with integrity. And you serve the people. Right? And it seems as if you either need to be reminded of that or you need to turn the people again. It seems as if you need to turn a regular citizen again. Where this authority is stripped from you. Because you are abusing. You know, there should be a strict rule where policing is concerned. As soon as evidence of abuse of power is identified, an officer should be stripped of his badge. They need to remain humble. You understand? They need to remain humble. Because this will get out. Look on the girl face. Mighty God. Was that a gunshot I just heard a while ago? Was that a gunshot I just heard? See, this is the situation now. No. These are the situations now. A police officer and a group of them is now in a situation where a situation is escalated in terms of, instead of being controlled. I don't know if you guys can see the video clearly, you know, but I know you guys must have watched it on Panaja TV.
Watch out, we have right, not easy.
A regular citizen in a crowd have better common sense than the police. Yo, we have a right, not give it away. That the man in a white him wild. That the one over there so look like him a talk to the devil and the devil. I mean not even if they're police neither, that's the next thing. They could be criminals. That the one over there saying I agree, look like him a talk to the devil and I try to resist the devil temptation to do something crazy. Uno feel safe in Jamaica? Uno really believe so they don't want to kill us? And they want to have productive citizens? Uno really believe that? Just an ask.
Full right. Yo, we have full right. We keep it. We have full right. Don't keep it.
All right, so the point I've been playing this video, ladies and gentlemen, is what we see from this man right here. The mayor. You think you're gonna see Andrew Onis put out a press release to address that video? The mayor of that area, the MP. Do you think they're gonna come out? Well, the mayor and the MP now have the authority to say that to the police, right? Well, the mayor should, like how this mayor can. I don't know how it works in Jamaica, but we have to carry all the way to the top to Andrew because of him do everything. Him are the police chief, him are the police commissioner, him are everything. So it falls all on Andrew Owen's shoulder, because I saw him operate like a dictator, in my opinion. Zane, you're not gonna see them come out and apologize or pretend say them feel no way about nothing. Them not even pretend in a Jamaica. Yeah, them not even do that.
Actually fly with many. If it had not been for the fact that the son posed the question to the officer, can you show me the statue? And the officer clearly, you see, Mr. Mayor, this would actually fly with many if it had not been for the fact that the son posed the question to the officer, can you show me the statue? And the officer clearly read that statutorily, she does not have to present identification at all. Additionally, the mayor would disagree with the accusation of racism. Here it is.
When I learned about this incident last week, I offered to meet with Ms. Stallworth, but she declined. Ms. Stallworth has not filed a complaint against the police department, but her attorney alleges in his release that her arrest was racially motivated. We have reviewed body cam footage of the incident and see absolutely no evidence of racism. We have always worked hard in Andalusia to maintain great relationships among our diverse populations.
What he's doing is attempting to inoculate the police department and the city from a discriminatory lawsuit.
Exactly.
Because the why matters in the claim, the actual legal claim. And so what he's trying to say is, hey, I have a cop, he made a mistake, he's been disciplined, no racial discrimination, we're an open book. We tried to talk to...
The mayor is trying to clean it up. Not even that Andrew Owens not do. Not even that. Him not even trying to clean it up and make it look good.
Ms. Twyla, first of all, Mr. Mayor is wholly inappropriate. She has legal representation. Why are you contacting her? Have you contacted the legal counsel? Which, by the way, is the proper protocol. According to attorneys, the incident began on February 23rd, 2024, when Ms. Stallworth called the police. She's the one that called the police, remember? Multiple times to complain about a neighbor, a white neighbor, who was playing his music too loudly. She got no response. Ms. Stallworth began setting off her car alarm in an effort to get the neighbor's attention to convince him to turn down the music. Kind of nuisance on nuisance situation happening. While the police failed to respond to Ms. Stallworth's complaints, they did, however, respond when the white neighbor called the police to complain about her car alarm. Frustrated because Officer Barton threatened to cite and arrest her for the car alarm, but did absolutely nothing to address her multiple allegations and complaints, Stallworth pointed out the disparity as Barton was returning to his car. Now, you got to remember what happened here. The officer is literally going back to his car. Once she suggested it was racially motivated, okay, Stallworth is black while the neighbor is white. At that point, Barton returned. He turned around to the point of where he's on her front porch and began demanding that she present identification, even though he had not made any such request previously. That's when Stallworth's 18-year-old son starts recording the encounter on his phone. All right, now, I want to clearly paint this picture. She's complaining about a neighbor. She's calling 911. Police don't come. She decides to go out. Say, hey, neighbor, you see this car alarm? This is what you're doing to us in this community. Please cut it off. That neighbor calls the police. Police come. They respond to that neighbor's request to go and check on the neighbor, Miss Twyla Stallworth. And as the cop threatens to cite her, he walks away. She then tells the officer how different she's being treated than the neighbor. Oh, that really makes him upset. He turns around, comes to a front porch, and demands her identification, and then proceeds to arrest her because she posed a fact that you are treating me differently than you are treating my neighbor. There's more. All right, so here's Mayor Johnson refuting. Here it is.
In the video released by her attorney, Ms. Stallworth also claims that the police department has failed to respond to complaints she made against her neighbor. We also have reviewed internal evidence that shows that the police department has responded to those complaints. I have met with Andalusia Police Chief and other leaders in the department. We have agreed that the entire department will receive additional training in constitutional law, the laws of Alabama, and the ordinances of the city of Andalusia.
Bam! This is another point I want to make. Although he's full of shit, although he's pretending, right? He's trying to cover up the police. At least they're saying, yo, we're gonna teach them about the constitutional laws. What did they do in Jamaica? Splash Digiwagwan. What did they do in Jamaica the other day? They had to hold a press conference where the Minister of Security was making excuses for the police when it comes on to taking people's phone and demanding them to open it. And then the commissioner had to stop him in his tracks and make it clear that it is illegal. And there was another incident the other day where they had to let the police know again what is illegal. So listen to the response of the brother after this.
So that we will not have an incident like this to reoccur.
Wait a minute, Mr. Mayor. I mean, for a police department to be so good and decent and sound and connected to community, you are demanding a whole lot of new training take place.
Exactly.
Constitutional training, state of Alabama training, statutory training for city laws. What? I thought they were supposed to get that in the academy, sir.
Bingo! That is my question to the police commissioner. I thought the police that are traffic police supposed to know the law. And when the law changes, they're supposed to get a crash course on the changing of the law, so they can be up to date in their operations on the road. For the ones that deal with fraud, same thing. You guys have to be telling them and coaching them about the law, and them operate every day. So what was the academy for? What them go academy for? The academy is failing. We have to look into the academy, guys.
They are law enforcement officers.
Exactly.
They are experts.
Exactly.
They are to enforce
the law.
Laws.
Exactly.
How are they enforcing laws
where they don't know
they
it?
haven't been trained on it? The reality is they have been.
In this case, sir, in Jamaica, we don't know if these police have been trained in the law, because there's quite a number of laws that they have violated. I'm just showing you the comparisons between countries, you know. The reality is that the police still have stuff over there that they're doing, even with body cameras. We don't even have body cameras. You can imagine how much the police in Jamaica is getting away with. Can you imagine how much some of these police are getting away with without body cameras? My God. It's serious, no?
To the degree to do their jobs. The reality is they do not care. And so you talking about training is just a way to appease the masses.
Exactly.
Hopefully they will think that's good.
So when Andrew Owens come out and say, we don't want to kill you, it's a way to appease the blind followers. So listen, oh man, we want them to, you know, be productive citizens. We want to deter them and prevent them from choosing a life of crime. Yes, that's what we want. Then the actions behind it does not show that that is true. The actions of the government does not show that that is true. Actions in statements like this.
Either meet a judge or meet your maker. Our prisons and police lockups are fully populated. I do not train my police to lose, to ensure that we win every time. And we'll bring them in, one way or the other. Whether we bring the pickup that come behind us in the car, I don't want to come on a stretcher, it's their business. I don't have a problem with that, right? But we'll find them and bring them in. Either meet a judge or meet your maker.
All right.
Enough for now. There's more. Attorney Daniel said in the incident, quote, never mind. The officer, Officer Barton, needlessly escalated the situation, forcefully entered Miss Stallworth's home, and physically assaulted her over a noise complaint. Never mind that he arrested her for exercising her constitutional rights. And never mind that he misquoted a law that doesn't require a woman in her own home to present an ID. He was leaving. He was walking back to his car, ready to drive away right up until she called out his racism.
Yep.
Calling out racism is not illegal. Using your badge to intimidate a 40-year-old mother is.
Yep.
End quote. The Stallworth son even questioned Officer Barton about the statute. Here it is.
Hey, dude, I wasn't attacking. You know that, right?
You put your hands on my son. You put your hands on my son.
It's okay, man. I understand that. I wasn't attacking.
You good, bro? I
mean, that's a natural reaction. You know what I mean? Hey, dude, before you take her away, why are you taking her away?
She's right now. She's under arrest.
So is this actually an Alabama? Is this actually an Alabama state law?
That is not the law. That's against the law.
Because I wanna actually see this law in play in action.
Statute?
Yeah.
Pull it up. 15530.
15530.
Yes,
law enforcement official can request your name, explanation of his actions. I don't see where it says anything about an ID. It says your name, address, and explanation of his actions.
She repelled to identify that. ID.
I mean, it doesn't specifically, say an ID.
I know, but I'm not going to argue with you. All right.
That makes zero sense, dude.
Officer said, I know, but I'm not going to argue with you. See, he said, I know, but I'm not going to argue with you.
They're going to use that against him in court. I know, but I'm not going to argue with you. The young man pointed out the actual specification of the law. Hey, man, listen. Oh, you think the Jamaican police would do that? Pull up a law for you? You think they would do that? Man, what?
18-year-old says, makes no sense, dude. Young man, you did a remarkable job staying calm. I know that you were very fearful that something bad was going to happen to your mother during that encounter. I heard it in your voice. You did a remarkable job. I'm proud of you. I hope one day you become an attorney and you transform this system that has shown you its true colors. Now, here's the police chief, Paul Hudson. Put him up. So the police chief on the left, Officer Barton, as of May 2021 on the right. Buck stops with them where they're all spinning. Violated this woman's rights, illegally arrested her inside of her own home, cited a law that doesn't even exist. And they think 40 hours of community training is going to resolve this.
You hear that?
No, they got the right attorney on the case, Harry Daniels. Mr. Mayor, this is a hell of a thing. You run a major city, you know exactly what the nuances are when it comes to liability to discriminatory elements inside of city government. What say you to the mayor's response?
The mayor should be unelected.
Right.
The police chief should be fired, and his officer as well. I don't believe in this idea that people need to be trained up. You trained on what? Doing what's right, not being racist. It's entire interaction. For that mayor to say that this is not because of racism, that he's turning around. His entire anger began because of that. love to see a freedom of information request from their phone records, because I can white it up them.
In conclusion, you know, no system is perfect when it comes to the police, which is why body-worn cameras was a technological innovation that was welcomed by all the victims of police brutality. Here in Jamaica, it is not so welcomed by our Minister of Security, by our government, our current PM, and I don't believe it's welcome. I don't see the welcoming of it from the police themselves and even the commissioner. You understand? When the commissioner made statements like, oh, you know, yeah, what more you want than 70% of evidence or 60% of evidence to prosecute? How about 99%? How about 100? How about video evidence? How about that? Isn't that better than 60 or 70%? Isn't that an ironclad case? But I guess the current commissioner doesn't want to see his police officers locked up for illegal activities. It appears to me that it burn him when they are prosecuted, because police don't do nothing wrong, you know. They are of some higher kilt of humanity than criminals, when obviously based off evidence that is not the case. The police them no better than the criminal them. Them have the same potential of criminality. As a matter of fact, their potential of criminality is even worse, because they can do crime and hide it very, very easily. Thus, the body-worn cameras are necessary. But you know, the Prime Minister says he doesn't want to kill us. You know? He doesn't want to do that. Very interesting. But the system has not given the youth enough opportunity to grow and become prosperous. But you don't want to unalive us when you're not putting in the proper infrastructure systems in place for young people to thrive and grow and make good money, so they don't have to fly out or become criminals. More options should be there if you don't want to unalive us. If you don't want to unalive us, why not use non-lethal force to capture criminals instead of unalive them? Can we go on a capture spree? If you don't want to unalive us, why did you say that you use the SOEs exceptionally to deal with, not catching up? The word he used was deal with. Deal with these criminals that hide behind the protection of being a citizen. So being a citizen gives you protection, but criminals, according to Andrew Onis, don't deserve that protection, or people that they deem as criminals. Because the last time I checked, you have to get prosecuted first before you are officially a criminal. Yes? People can't say anything about you. Then believe say you this, then believe say you that. You can get up and say, yo, me a shot and me a gunman and rate it. I ain't never fire a gun yet. Not true. Not true, people. How much youth you know? Silly, how you doing? How much youth you know? Silly, find me over here, so. The words say it all, and their action shows no regard for Jamaican citizens who actually pay their salary. I'm telling you. Them deal with old people. Police, they deal with the old people them bad. The other day, they deal with the woman them in a Ochi bad. We come from the UK. When they think so them are Jamaican citizens and they deal with them bad. And allegedly, as soon as them hear the accent, they start getting them water. They say you need a smoke, all type of something here upon the report. Not true. So why the energy? Why the energy when you never know so them a citizen? Why that type of energy? When you thought they were citizens, you dealt with them in a certain way, but foreigners have more rights in Jamaica than Jamaicans. People were living in very, very dark days. Very, very dark days. And Andrew Honest is threatening people and citizens that them know if you find people. Alright? And of course you see where so many of the vloggers them a get. What I say now? So many TikTokers them a get unalived. You have to really wonder. You start to think in a one conspiratorial type of way. Because I hear some people call Andre and the way them I think me I say, you know, so them people have used them brain though. Them people have used them brain, you know. The Jamaican people them I think outside of the box in terms of what is going on with this government. And I applaud them for their out of the box thinking. You understand? The word is love, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you understand where I'm coming from with this show. In my opinion, they do want to unalive us. When it comes to the water situation, that is a big way to unalive us. All right, having E. coli in the water, God knows what else. Not sharing the data to let us know whether the water based off data. I don't want to hear Matthew Samuda come out and tell me, oh, the water is clean. At this point, if you're not showing me evidence, I don't believe you. No government official, I don't care who it is. We need full transparency. And let me tell you something. You see the People's National Party when them going to power? You guys are going to see a different way of governance that you never seen before in the history of Jamaica. And I'm talking about in the most positive way. They are going to have to be so transparent. It is ridiculous. It's going to be mandatory that they operate in that way. The standard that they will set. There will be no room for skullduggery in any other government moving forward. Because the people of Jamaica are tired of corruption and skullduggery. Fed up, done with. Who fi got prison, got prison. What Marky G say?
Time come.
Some are go charge with corruption. Oh yes.
Oh yes. Time come. Some are go charge for corruption. Oh yes.
People big up on themselves. The word is love. That's my time. I'm out. Remember to hit the like button going through the door here.